Hello students, today I am here to do the 2018 O-Level examination paper and this is paper 1. So in this paper you get 2 hours and 2 parts are there. Part A you get 25 short questions and part B 5 questions. So you have to answer all questions. So in this paper it says 8 pages are there. Write your index number correctly in the appropriate place on this page and page 3. Answer all questions on this question paper itself. And also, this is important, use the space provided under each question for working and writing the answer. So, you can't take extra paper, so you have to answer within the space provided. And here, what about marks? Part A, each question worth 2 marks and part B, each question worth 10 marks. So, how many minutes you can spend? Now, 2 hours for both parts. So, part A 1 hour, that means one question you can spend 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And what about part B? So, 5 questions, so that means you can spend 12 minutes per question. So, we'll see how you can get maximum marks. So, this is the marking scheme relevant to 2018 paper and we'll see how you get marks according to that. So, let's do the paper 1, part A. So, this is part A. You can take pi value as 22/7 and it says the area of the curved surface of a right circular cylinder of radius r and height h is 2 pi rh. So try now 1 to 7 questions and first you do and then only you can look at my answers. We'll do the first few questions. Question number 1. It has been estimated that it will take 10 men 6 days to complete a certain task. So it's easy when you write all these information. Men and days. How many men? It takes 10 men to complete a task within 6 days. So how many man days need? Man days, we multiply 10 times 6, 60. Then it says find the number of days it will take 8 men to complete a job which is double that task. So that means you have to double man days. So what's the man days now? 60 times 2, 120. Total man days 120 and 8 men are there. How many days needed? 120 divided by 8. 8 times 1, 8 for 40, that's 5. So 15 days needed. So when it comes to marks, if the answer is there, you get 2 marks. But if answer is not there and only the method is there, you only get the method mark, that's 1, half of the marks. But if both are there, you get 2 marks. Now let's take the next one. Factorize. Factorize means making brackets. So how you factorize? 2x squared plus x minus 6. We multiply these two numbers. 2 times minus 6 minus 12 and you get x squared. Minus is the sign, so that means you have to take the difference. So what are the factors to get plus 1 there? 12 times 1, it's not possible. So 2 times 6, no, it's not possible. 3 times 4, when you take the difference, it works. How you get plus 1 there? So the bigger number should be plus and the smaller one is negative. So this is minus 3x and plus 4x. So you are splitting the middle term to plus 4x and minus 3x. Now, what's the next step? you can factorize. Take 2 at a time and factorize. Here you get 2x here, then x plus 2. You can take minus 3 from here. Then you get x plus 2. So you are getting the same factor. So what you do? You can take this factor again and write down the remaining factor inside the other bracket. So x plus 2 and 2x minus 3. If both factors are there, you are getting 2 marks. But if one factor and method is correct, you are getting 1 mark. So if this step is there, you are getting 1 mark and 1 mark for the correct answer. So 2 marks for this question as well. Let's take the next one. Find the value of x based on the information given in the figure. So this is a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle is 180. So just add x plus 3x plus 80 is 180. So take 80 to the other side and here x plus 3x becomes 4x. 180 minus 80, you get 100. So 4x is 100 means what is x? 100 divided by 4. So that's 25 degrees. So that's the x value. So you get 2 marks. 1 mark to find out this relationship and 1 mark for the answer. Question number 4. In the figure ABCD is a square. BC is a sector. Find the perimeter of the composite figure. Perimeter means outer length. So how we find out the outer length now? It says it's a square. All sides are equal. So that means the radius becomes 7 centimeters for the quarter of a circle. So how we'll find out the perimeter? So you can add 7, 7, 7, here also 7. So perimeter becomes 7 times 4, 1, 2, 3 and this one. And how you find out the arc length? Quarter of a circle. Quarter of a circle means 1/4 of 2 pi r. 2 pi means 22 over 7 and r is 7. Now simplify. 7, 7 get cancelled out. This 2 and this 4, 2 and again you get here 11. So 7 times 4, 28 plus 11. What's the answer? 39. This is in centimeter. So this is about length. So 39 centimeters. So again 2 marks. 1 mark for this one and 1 mark for the method. Check the next one. Simplify. So this is subtraction. So what you need? You need the lowest common multiple. What's the lowest common multiple of x and 2x? So that's 2x. So convert to the same denominator. You have to multiply this by 2. 2 times 4, 8. 8 minus 1, that's 7. So 7 over 2x. So 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. Question number 6. In the figure, ABC is a straight line and find the magnitude of DAB. Which one is DAB? This angle. So you need to find out this angle. Based on the given information, can you see these lengths are equal? So this is an isosceles triangle. If this angle is 30, what is this angle? That's also 30. Now look at carefully. This is the exterior angle of BCD triangle. So how will you find out exterior angle? Sum of interior angles of a triangle. So 30 plus 30, that becomes 60. If this is 60, what is DAB angle? That's also 60 because that's also an isosceles triangle. So how we can write first? We can write DB angle is 30 plus 30. That's 60. Then you can write DAB angle is also 60 because of isosceles triangle. So you don't have to write down everything. If you can write only the answer, that's enough. You get full marks. So DAB is 60 degrees. So you get 1 mark here and 1 mark to identify this is 60. So 2 marks altogether. Question number 7. So this is in index notation. 26.3 is given 10 to the power 1.42. What is the value of LG? Log of 26.3. So how you write log notation? Think about this one. If it's 10 squared, we know that's 100. So that means log of 10 base 100 is 2. This is the index and this is the base. So likewise, can you convert this to log notation? Log, you can write LG. Base is now 10. So LG means log 10 base. And then you can write the number. 26.3 is equal to the index 1.42. So straight away you get the answer, that's 1.42. So remember what is LG means? Log 10 base. So we don't write the base 10 there. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for this answer and identifying this one, or straight away you get another mark for the answer, 1.42. Now you can try question number 8 to 14. Question number 8. A rectangular sheet of paper of area 880 square centimeters has been pasted such that it exactly covers the curved surface of a solid right circular cylinder of base radius 14. So if this is a cylinder, what's the curved surface area? If the radius is r and the height is h, that's 2 pi r h. So we can find the height of the cylinder using that. So 2 pi is 22 over 7, radius is given 14 and height we need to find, and this area is equal to the area of the rectangular sheet, that's 880. So how can we find out h? So 7 times 2 here, 14, h becomes 880 divide by 2 here and 22 and another 2. 2 times 2, 4. So 220, 22 and this cancel out and you get 10. So height becomes 10 centimeters. 2 marks for this. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for this step. Question number 9. A, B, C and D are 4 points on the circle. Find the magnitude of DEC. Where's DEC? DEC. So you need to find out this angle. Look at carefully. And also it's given These points are on the circle. So what can you say? If you take this CD, so this angle and this angle, what can you say? These two are equal. Same segment angle. So this is 15. And what else you can see? Again, this way, if AB is the arc, so what can you say about these two angles? This is also 40. Same segment angles. These are equal. Now look at ADE triangle. This is the exterior angle. So exterior angle is equal to sum of interior angles of a triangle. So we can straight away write down DEC angle is equal to 40 plus 15. 40 plus 15 is 55 degrees. So you get 1 mark to identify the same segment angle and 1 mark for the final answer. Question number 10, factorize. So you need to make brackets first. You can use difference between two squared terms. 36 you can write 6 squared. Then what's the next step? You can write down the factors. X minus 6 and x plus 6. Then both factors are 0. Multiplication is 0 means either A can be 0 or B can be 0. So likewise, equate to 0. X minus 6 is a factor. So that's equal to 0, or x plus 6 is equal to 0. So what's the x value? X becomes minus 6, take it to the other side. That's plus 6. Here you get x equals minus 6. So you get two solutions, x equals 6 or x equals minus 6. Or one can do without finding factors, you can take it to the other side. This is the next method. So you can take 36 to the other side and take plus or minus. So square root both sides, square root of 36 plus or minus 6. So you can do this way as well. So the factors of 36 plus or minus 6. So you get 2 marks for this, 1 mark for this factor, and this is the other mark. So altogether 2 marks. Question number 11. It takes 8 minutes to completely fill a tank of capacity 480 liters with water using a pipe through which water flows at a uniform rate. Find the rate at which water flows through the pipe. 8 minutes to completely fill a tank with capacity 480. So it says 8 minutes. 8 minutes to fill 480 liters. What about 1 minute? 480 divided by 8. So 60 liters per 1 minute. So you can write the rate as 60 liters per minute or per second. If you want to find out per second, you have to divide by 60 again. 60 divided by 61. Or you can convert and write 1 liter per second. So that's also possible. So either 60 liters per minute or 1 liter per second. So you get 2 marks there, identifying this one, and 1 mark for the answer. Question number 12. Fill in the blanks using suitable words. This is about a parallelogram, the opposite. Something of a parallelogram are equal. So what are the properties of a parallelogram? Opposite sides are parallel and opposite sides are equal. So here same thing this way. And opposite angles are equal. So what can you write here? Opposite angles or sides. So you can write 1. Angles or sides. Opposite sides or angles of a parallelogram are equal. And then what about this one? Of a parallelogram is bisected by each of its diagonals. When you consider diagonals, this and this, what happens? Bisect the area. So angle is not bisected, only the area bisected. So here, what's the suitable word there? Area. Area of a parallelogram is bisected by each of its diagonals. So 1 mark for this blank and 1 mark for this one. Question number 13. Find the probability of getting either a multiple of 2 or multiple of 3 when a fair die with its sides numbered 1 to 6 is rolled. Multiple of 2. What are the numbers? Multiple of 2. It can be 2, 4, 6. Multiple of 3. 3 and then 6. And this is either this or this. So you have to consider all possibilities. So here multiples of 2 or 3 means it can be 2, 3, 4, 6. So you're asked to find out the probability of getting this. Altogether 1 to 6, 6 numbers are there. So you get 4 numbers here. So probability of, if it's A, probability of A is 4 over 6. That's 2/3. So 1 mark for this probability and 1 mark to identify the elements. Question number 14. The diameter of the circle shown in the figure is PQ. So PQ is the diameter. Find the value of x based on the given information. If this is the diameter, this is 90 degrees. Semicircle angles are 90 degrees. And what else you know? And you know opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180. So you can find this angle. So how you find out this angle? 180 minus 110. That's 70 degrees. So you can write PQR angle is 180 minus 110. That's 70 degrees. If this is 70 and this is 90, so what's x? 90 minus 70. That's 20 degrees. So you get 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Now you can try question number 15 to 20. Find the income tax that a person who earns an annual income of 800,000 rupees has to pay according to this table. So we know for first initial 500,000 tax is free. So only after that. So 800,000 means another 300,000 here. So only you have to pay 4% tax for the next 300,000 rupees. So what's the tax needs to pay? What's the tax needs to pay? Tax amount is 300,000. How you get 300,000? You have to first subtract first 500,000. Then you get 300,000 rupees. So for 300,000 rupees, you have to pay 4% tax. 4 over 100. So what's the value? So 2 zeros get cancelled out. 4 times 3, 12. And how many zeros? 3 zeros. So the tax amount is 12,000 rupees. So you get 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 16. A composite figure consisting of a semicircle of radius 7 and the triangle is shown here. Find the area of the entire figure. So entire figure means area of the semicircle and the area of the triangle. So first find area of the semicircle. This is a semicircle means half of a circle. So half pi r square. So 22 over 7 r. R is 7. 7 squared. And then you have to add the area of the triangle. So what's the base here? 7 and 7 base is 14. So half into base 14 into the perpendicular height. That's 7. Now simplify. 7, 7 get cancelled out. 2 with 22, 11. Here 2 with this 7. 11 times 7, 77. And 7 times 7, 49. 9 plus 7, 16. And 12. 126 square centimeters. So you get 2 marks here. 1 mark for this and 1 mark for the method. Question number 17. Find the value of x based on the information given in the figure. Look at carefully. When you take this triangle, this is the midpoint and this is also midpoint. What can you say about this? According to midpoint theorem, if this is midpoint, connecting midpoints means this length is parallel to this one. So according to midpoint theorem. Then if this is parallel, what's this angle? This is 100 means this angle is 100. Corresponding angles are equal. So what's x? We know when you take this triangle, this is the exterior angle and these are the two interior opposite angles. So we can write x plus 20 is 100. So what's x? X becomes 100 minus 20. 80 degrees. So you get 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark to identify that. Question number 18. This is about matrices multiplication. So find the values of x and y. So how you multiply? First you need to check whether you can multiply. So what's the rule when you multiply two matrices? The size is 2 by 2. 2 rows and 2 columns. Here also 2 by 2. The number of columns in the first one should be equal to number of rows in the second one. Then you can multiply. So how you multiply? First row with first column. 2 times 1, 2. Minus 1 into minus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, 4. And then how you get this value? 2 times 3. First row with the second column. 2 times 3 is 6 and minus 1, that becomes 5. Here you get minus 6, second row with first column. Second row with second column, you get 3. So this is equal to x, y minus 6, 3. Now you can compare the elements. X becomes 4 and y becomes 5. So 1 mark for x value, 1 mark for y value. Question number 19. The center of the circle in the figure is O. Find the magnitude of OCB. This angle based on the given information. When you take AC arc, this is the angle subtended at the center and this is the angle subtended on the circumference. So what's the relationship? If this is 50, this becomes 25, half of it. So that's half. And then what can you say about this one? These two lengths are equal. So this is 25. And also, can you see this angle? Here, this is 90 degrees. Why? When you draw the radius to a chord with the midpoint, so this is midpoint, it's perpendicular. So this angle is 90 degrees. So this is 90. All these 90. Now, what can you say about this and this angle? That's the exterior angle is 90. So you can write OCB angle plus 25 is equal to 90 degrees. So you need to identify this is 90, otherwise you can't do this sum. So what is OCB? 90 minus 25. You get 65 degrees. So that's the answer. So 1 mark here and 1 mark to identify the other angles. Question number 20. Based on the information given in the Venn diagram, write the set A dash union B dash. A dash means everything outside A. So if you are coloring A dash, you have to color this part, A dash. Now you have to color B dash. Everything outside B. So you have to color this part as well. So that's A dash union B dash. So what are the elements there? 3, 4, 5. A dash union B dash is 3, 4, 5. So that's the answer. Or you can do this way. So A dash union B dash is actually A intersection B dash. So when you close this part. That's the intersection. Outside that, that's 3, 4, 5. Those are the elements satisfied for that region. So you need to identify this region. So 2 marks for that. Now you can try 21 to 25. Write the 7th term of the geometric progression with first term 8. First term we can write A equals 8. The common ratio R equals 2 as a power of 2. So what's the 7th term? T7 you can write AR to the power 7 minus 1. That's 6. A is 8. R is 2. 2 to the power 6. But you can't keep like this. You have to write everything in terms of power 2. So 8 how can you write? 2 to the power 3. 2 times 2 times 2. So when you multiply same base with different powers, you add the powers. 6 plus 3 becomes 9. So that's the final answer. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 22. Find the gradient of the straight line that passes through the points 0, 8 and 2, 4. So what's the gradient M? If you know 2 points, you can take the difference between y coordinates over difference between x coordinates. You can write other way around as well. y2 minus y1, then this becomes x2 minus x1. Now you can substitute y values. Take the difference 8 minus 4. So you took this one first means you have to take this one first. 0 minus 2. 8 minus 4, 4. 0 minus 2 becomes minus 2. So the answer is minus 2. So that's the gradient. Method mark and the answer. Question number 23. The first quartile of an array of data that has been arranged in ascending order is in the 7th position. So how many numbers are there before? If this is 7th position, you get 6 numbers. Quartile means dividing the data set into 4 equal parts. So you get another 6, you get median. Another 6, you get the 3rd quartile. This is 2nd quartile or the median, and you get another 6. So that's the procedure. Divide the data set into 4 equal parts. So how many numbers are there? 6, 6, 6, 6. So this is 7, 7 plus 6. What's that? So 7 plus 6, 13. And this is 14th one. 14 plus 6, 20. This is 21st one. 21st one plus 6, there are 27 numbers. So that's one way of doing that. What's the other method? We know if there are n data points, how you find out the first quartile? N plus 1 over 4. So that's equal to 7. So multiplying this by 4, you get n plus 1 equals 4 times 7, 28. Then n becomes 28 minus 1, 27. So you can either use that method or this method. So both ways you get same answer. So 2 marks. Simplify. This is division. So what you do? You write the first fraction as it is. Second one you convert to multiplication with its reciprocal, upside down. Now simplify. 5 times 1, 5 times 2. We get cancelled out. And 3 times 1 and 3 times 3. So what's the answer? A in the numerator and 2 times 3, you get 6. So 2 marks. 1 mark for the method. 25th one. In the given figure, ABCE is a parallelogram. So opposite sides parallel, equal. This side also parallel and equal. The 4 points A, B, C and D lie on the circle. Find the magnitude of ECD. ECD. This angle. How you find out that angle? So carefully look at. So these two lines are parallel. This is equal to this. Corresponding angles. And if this is 100, this is 100. Opposite angles are equal. If this is 100, what is this angle? 180 minus 100. That's 80. So this is 80. Opposite angles are equal. Then ABCD also a cyclic quadrilateral. If this is 100, this is 80. 180 because the sum of opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral is 180. Now you can find out easily this angle DCE or ECD. Angle is 100 minus 80 because the sum of angles, interior angles add up to the exterior angle. So this becomes 20 degrees. So identifying this 1 mark and 1 mark for the final answer. And this is the last question in part A. So let's try part B questions. So you get 5 questions there. So part B, answer all questions on this question paper itself. Try first and second one. A man intended to distribute a certain amount of money he had by giving 2/5 to his wife and the remaining amount equally to his 3 sons. However, he had to give 1/6 of this amount to his brother before he distributed as intended. He distributed the remaining amount as originally intended. What fraction of the initial amount that the man had did the wife receive? What fraction of the initial amount did he have remaining after giving his brother and his wife? And the amount a son received was 40,000 rupees less than the amount he was to receive originally. Find the amount the man had initially. So we'll do step by step. What fraction of initial amount that the man had did the wife receive? Now, according to this one, first he is giving 1/6 to his brother. So what's the remaining amount? Remaining part is 1 minus 1/6. That means 6/6 minus 1/6 becomes 5/6. And 2/5 of the remaining part to his wife. So wife's part. Wife's part is 2/5 of 5/6, the remaining part. 5 get cancelled out and you get 3. So what's the wife's part? 1/3 of the full amount. So that's the first part. what fraction of initial amount did he have remaining after giving his brother and his wife? So the total parts for brother and wife. How many parts? Wife got 1/3, brother got 1/6. So when you convert to the same denominator, this is 1 and this is 2. So 3/6 means half. So half of the money given to wife and his brother. So half is remaining. So it says what fraction of the initial amount did he have remaining? So remaining amount is half. One minus half, you get half. So that's the answer. Now we'll take the next part. The amount a son received was 40,000 rupees less than the amount he was to receive originally. Find the amount the man had initially. So what's the amount that son receives? Now half of that. So son's part, it says the remaining part is given equally divided to his 3 sons. So you have to, one son gets 1/3 of the remaining half, and 1/3 of that, 1/6. That's the part the son's getting now. Before, if it's before, without giving the brother, what's the son's part before? So that means wife gets 2/5. So the remaining part becomes 3/5. So from 3/5, 1/3 the son gets. From 3/5, 1/3. If he's not giving to his brother, then it becomes 1/5. So what's the difference? So this is the previous value and this is now after giving the money to his brother as well. So the difference becomes, this is bigger, 1/5 minus 1/6. So you get 30 is the lowest common multiple. 6 minus 5, that's 1. 1/30. So that's the difference. So it says the amount a son received was 40,000 rupees less than the amount he was to receive originally. So that means 1/30 parts means 40,000 rupees. So what's the amount the man had initially? 30 parts. So the amount man had is 30 into 40,000. One part is this much. What about 30 parts? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros and 12. 1,200,000 rupees. So that's the amount that man had. This is the last part. Now we'll see how you can get marks for this. So you get according to the question. So we'll see how you get marks for this question. So here, first part, so you get 3 marks. So 1 mark to find out the remaining. And then wife's part, you get Another 1 mark for this method and 1 mark for the answer. So 3 marks for this part. And the second part, you get answer is half. So you get 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for this step and 1 mark here. 3 marks for this as well. So altogether 6. Now let's take the next one. 3. So you get 4 marks altogether. How you get marks? 1 mark for this step and 1 mark here and 1/30 1 mark, and finally getting 1,200,000, you get 1 mark. So altogether 10 marks. So this is 4 and previous 2 parts 6 marks. Now take the question number 2. How a student travelled from his home to school is shown in the given distance time graph. So this is distance y-axis and time is given on the x-axis. For how long did the student stop in between and find the speed? So you have to refer the graph and answer these questions. So you get 4 parts in this question. So let's do step by step. Part 1. How long did the student stop in between? So that means not moving. So that means this part. This part is not moving. So what's the time there? 30 to 50. 20 minutes. So how you calculate the time? So time is equal to 50 minus 30. That's 20 minutes. Next one, find the speed at which he travelled during the initial 30 minutes. Initial 30 minutes is here. 0 to 30 minutes in kilometers per hour. Now, take this part here to here. So, how you find out the value? This part becomes 6 kilometers travelled within 30 minutes. But they want in hours. So 30 minutes in hours. How you convert? Divide by 60. So you get half an hour. So what's the speed? Speed becomes distance over time. So I'll write down distance over time is speed and 6 kilometers travelled within half an hour. 6 divided by half. So how you find out the value? 6 divided by half means 6 multiplied by the reciprocal. Reciprocal means 2 goes up and 1 goes down. 6 times 2, 12 kilometers per hour. So that's the speed. So how many marks you are getting? So let's take these 2 steps. You get just 1 mark to find out this 20 minutes, and then you get 2 marks to identify this. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. So altogether 3 marks for these 2 parts. Now let's take the other 2. What multiple of the speed at which he travelled the initial 30 minutes is the speed at which he travelled the final 20 minutes? So what's the speed here? Here to here. So we'll find out what's the speed there. Speed is equal to, what's the distance here? 12 minus 6. And what's the time here? 50 to 70, 20 minutes. So 20 minutes means how many hours? Divide by 60, you get 1/3 hours. So you have to divide by 1/3 hours. So what's the value? 6 divided by 1/3. 6 divided by 1/3 means 6 multiplied by 3. 18 kilometers per hour. Now, what they ask, what multiple of the speed at which he traveled? The initial 30 minutes is the speed at which he traveled the final 20 minutes. What's the speed before? 12. And what's the speed? They are 18. So what multiple? So you can divide this by this. So here you can find out the multiple. Multiple is 18 and earlier 12. 6 times 3, 6 times 2. So 3/2, or you can write as 1.5. So what's the multiple? 1.5 times bigger. So how you get marks there? So you get 4 marks for that part. 2 marks for this step, finding the speed, and then you get 1 mark just to divide 18/12 and simplify and get this one, 1 mark. Now we'll look at the last part. If he traveled the whole distance without stopping in the same speed at which he traveled the initial 30 minutes, draw the relevant graph on this figure itself. In this case, how many minutes earlier would the student be able to complete the journey? So we'll see. If he goes this way, this is the graph here to here. Then what's the time? Then it's 60 and now 70. So they are asking, what's the difference? Difference between times is 70 minutes minus 60. That means 10 minutes before he can go. So that's the difference between time. So 10 minutes before. So what's the answer? So showing this in the graph, 1 mark and another 1 mark. 2 marks. Showing this and finding 10 minutes, the time difference, you get 1 mark. So 3 marks for that step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 3, 10 marks. Now you can try question number 3, 4 and 5. Question number 3, you get 2 parts. So we'll do step by step. Customs duty of 30% is charged when electrical items are imported. If 9,000 rupees has to be paid as custom duty when an item of his type is imported, what is the value of the item which is being imported? So that means, what's the duty? 30%. 30% value is 9,000. So what is the value of the item? Value of the item becomes 9,000. You divide by 30 to get 1 part. And how about 100 parts? Multiply by 100. 0 get cancelled out. 3 times 300, 300 times 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30,000 rupees is the value of the item. So how many marks for this step? 3 marks. So you get 2 marks for this step and 1 mark for the final answer. We'll take the second one. The annual assessed value of a house is 30,000 rupees. If the municipal council charges annual rates 8% on this property, find how much has to be paid as rates for a quarter. Quarter means 1/4 of its value. First, what's the annual value? Annual rates 8% of 30,000 rupees. 2 zeros get cancelled out. 8 times 3, 24 and 2 zeros. So 2,400. And what's the value of for a quarter? Quarter rates becomes you have to divide this by 4. So 600 rupees. So how many marks you are getting? 8% of this value, 1 mark. This is 1 mark and 1 mark for dividing. Altogether 3 marks. Next one. After several years, the assessed value of the house changed. The annual rates, the percentage that the municipal council charges also increased to 9%. Earlier 8%, now it's 9%. If the amount to be paid as rates for a quarter increased by 30 rupees as a result, find the new annual assessed value of the house. So what's the new quarter value? Earlier 600. Now it's increased by 30 rupees. 600 plus 30, 630 rupees. That's for a quarter. So what is the annual value? Annual value is, you need to multiply this by 4. 0, 4 times 3, 12, and 4 times 6, 24 plus 1, 25, 2,520. So that's 9% value. So what is the assessed value? Assessed value becomes, now here 9 over 100 means 2,520. So what's the 100% value? So you'll have to divide this by 9 and multiply by 100. 9 times 2, 18. So you get 9 times 2, 18. So 25, 20, 18. So you get 7 here. So 72, 9 times 8. So 280 here and 2 values, 2 zeros there. So what is the new assessed value? 28,000. So earlier, what's the assessed value? 30,000. So 9 times 2, 18. For 72, 9 times 8. So 280 into that. So that's the new value. So how you get marks? So you get 600 plus 30, that's 1 mark. This one. And multiply by 4, 1 mark. And here method 2520 multiplied by 100 and divide by 9, 1 mark, and 28,000, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 marks for this part. Question number 4. A bag contains 3 vanilla flavored milk packets and 2 chocolate flavored milk packets of the same size. After Kamala take out a milk packet randomly, Nimala also takes out a milk packet randomly. So that means not replacing. Using the symbol X represent the sample space of the above experiment in the given grid. The vanilla flavored milk packets are denoted by V1, V2, V3, and the chocolate flavored milk packets are denoted by C1 and C2. In the grid, encircle the event of both them, taking out vanilla flavored milk packets and find its probability. So if Kamala is taking vanilla packet, first one, Nimala can't take the same thing because not replacing. So these possibilities are okay. If Kamala takes vanilla packet 2, Nimala can't take the same thing. So the other packets possible. V3, that means V3 is not possible. All the other packets are okay. C1 means the chocolate one. First one, that means C1 you can't take. This one, C2, you can't take it again. So this is the grid sample space diagram. How many possibilities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 outcomes are there. Then both are taking vanilla. What are the possibilities? Vanilla, vanilla. So here these 3 are okay. Here also vanilla, vanilla. So that means this is the possibility of taking both vanilla. So what's the probability of taking both vanilla packets? Probability of A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possibilities out of 20 altogether. 6 times. You can divide by 2, 3 over 10. So that's the answer. Now we'll see how you get marks for this step. So in this one, you get 2 marks to identify the correct region. Here, first the sample space without marking this diagonal. So you get 2 marks. And then you get 1 mark. For this part, identify the correct region. 1 mark there. And identifying 20 outcomes are there altogether, 1 mark. And 1 mark for this probability. So 3, 1, 2, 3 here and 2 marks. So altogether 5 marks for first part. Now let's take the second part. Part B. The probability of a certain sports team winning the first game they participate in is 3/5. So this is the first game. So how can you find out the probability here? How you fill this? Winning chance is 3/5. So you can write that. If they win the first game, then the probability of them winning the second game is 7/10. So winning and winning again, this becomes 7/10. If they lose the first game, this is losing. Then the winning the second game is half. So you can fill half there. An incomplete tree diagram drawn to represent this information is shown in the figure. So first you have to complete the tree diagram by indicating the relevant probabilities and find the probability of the team winning at least one game. So fill these probabilities. If it's 3/5 is the winning chance, what is the probability of losing the game? So this is 2/5. And here 7/10 is winning. So what is the losing probability? 3/10. And here half is there. So the losing probability is half. So this is the full tree diagram. And now we need to identify the appropriate path for winning at least one game. So what are the possibilities? Both winning or one chance of winning. But you can't take this branch, losing both games. So we can do the whole probability is 1 and subtracting this branch, you can find other probabilities. So probability of losing and losing. So 1 minus that. So what is the losing probabilities? 1 minus 2/5 and half. So you get 1 minus 1/5. 1 minus 1/5. So this means 5/5 minus 1/5. You get 4/5. So this is winning at least one game. At least one winning. So 4/5 is the answer. So how you get marks for this probability question? So you get here, according to the marking scheme, 3 marks to mark all the probabilities. So completing this tree diagram, you get 3 marks and then you get 2 marks for identifying this one. So if the correct answer is 4/5, so 2 marks for this. So 3 plus 2, 5 marks for this question. So first part 5 and this one 5 marks. Now take 5th question. That's the last question in paper 1. Given below is a group frequency distribution of 48 continuous data. All the data which are greater or equal to 10 but less than 20 belongs to the class interval 10 to 20. So that means when you take one interval, it says greater or equal to 10. So 10 is equal but 20 is not equal. So in the second one, 20 is included and 30 is not. So likewise, you are getting the class intervals, fill in the blanks in the table. So what is cumulative frequency? Adding frequencies downwards, starting with 6. 6 plus 8, 14. 14 plus 12, 26. So how you fill this? So adding 15 to 26. 6 plus 5, 11. 1 remaining. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4, 41. Then how you get the other cumulative frequency? 41 plus 5, 46. Now you have to fill this one. 48 is the final value. How will you get 48 from 46? You have to add 2. So that's the table. So how many marks you are getting for this table? 41, 46, 2. 3 marks. That means each part you get 1 mark. So 3 marks for this question. Now let's take the next one. Draw the cumulative frequency curve on the given coordinate plane and thereby obtain the median of the frequency distribution. Now we found out this is 41, 46 and 2. How you draw the cumulative frequency curve? The y-axis is cumulative frequency. And then x-axis is the class intervals. Now you need to adjust the scale. So starting from 10. So you can start here 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, up to 70. And here cumulative frequency 48 is the maximum value. So how we can divide? Small 10 square, 10 units here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now scale is okay. Now we can mark. How you mark the points? Always remember upper boundary with the cumulative frequency. So 20 with 6. 20 with 6. Now when you take the scale, 10 squares, 10 units means 1 small square is 1 unit. So 6 means 6 squares. 30 with 14. 10 and 4 squares. 40 with 26. 25, 26. 50 with 41. 50 with 41, 1 square here. 60 with 46. 46 is here. And 70 with 48. 48 is here. Now we have all points, but here make sure that you mark the lowest value. Here 10 means 0. Now you can smoothly connect the points. Now try to connect smoothly. So you get a curve like this. So that's the cumulative frequency curve. Now you need to identify median. So what's the method? Altogether 48 is there. 48 divided by 2, 24th one. In the cumulative frequency, you don't need to add 1, n plus 1 divided by 2. So because anyway, by referring to a graph, you get an estimated value, not the exact value. So 48 divided by 2, 24. So that means you can refer 24th value here. So we'll see what's the value here. When it's 24, this is the value. 39 is the median value. So median is 39. By how much does the median that was obtained in part 2 above deviate from the midpoint of the class interval it belongs to? Now 24th one, where you get 24th one? You have to look at cumulative frequency column. After 14th, 15th, 16th, all up to 26th is this in this region, 30 to 40. So that means median is in this region. So what is the mid value of that? Midpoint. You add the boundaries 30 and 40, divide by 2. So you get 35. So 35 is the mid value of the interval. Median is 39. So what is the deviation? Deviation is the difference. 39 minus 35. 39 minus 35, the deviation is 4. So that's the answer. So we'll see how you get marks for that. So in this one, it says, for the whole graph, marking the points, everything, 5 marks. Labeling X and Y, 1 mark. And connecting to this one, the lowest point, with all these 1 mark. So that's how you get marks. Labeling X and Y, 1 mark. Connecting here, lowest value to this 1 mark. And marking other points correctly, 1 mark. And smoothly connect the points, 1 mark. And finding the median, here 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this last part, you get 2 marks. So taking the mid value and getting the deviation. So 1 mark and 1 mark. So 2 marks there. So 5 plus 2, 7. And these 3 altogether, 10 marks. So that's the last question in paper 1. And you know now how you get marks according to the marking scheme. So next we'll try to do paper